Nothing in this podcast is intended as investment advice, and the people in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research. The Sunday Roast presents 12 Stocks for the 12 Days of Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for listening.
It's the 12 stocks for the 12 days of Christmas. And today we're joined by Tony Calamita, CEO of Hemp. Welcome, Tony. You all ready for Christmas?
All ready, Philip. Thanks for the welcome.
Okay, Tony. What is the best Christmas present you've ever received?
I don't know if it's the best, but the first one that comes to mind is, I don't know how old I would have been, but I got remember GoldenEye on the was it the Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah, that, it was funny because when I opened it up, I hadn't even really heard of the game. Then I started playing it, and I think it just took over my life for the next year and a half, especially that's definitely my most memorable Christmas present, I'd say.
Brilliant.
And if you could receive any Christmas present, money, no object, what would it be?
Easy. I was reading an article the other day. Have you seen these new autonomous electric helicopters with 2 seats? They've done the first test run.
I saw one of those in China or Beijing, where they had them and they were like a drone and they picked them up like a taxi thing.
Yeah, so it's basically like your own little mini electric helicopter. It's got 2 seats. You effectively you get in it, and you could put the location, then it flies you there. I don't really like traveling. I like being at home. So like to get in a little helicopter and avoid everyone and move around, for me, that would be fantastic. So I don't think you can even buy those yet, but when they do come out.
But I mean, it begs the question, doesn't it?
I think you need to have a lot of trust.
I'm going to say, if you had an autonomous car, right, and would you put your trust in that car to drive you around that mountain ridge?
Probably not, especially, I don't know, did you hear with one of the Teslas, someone went under a lorry and got decapitated or something, didn't they, a few years ago, I heard.
I think you'd have to have a few drops of Love Hemp oil before you got in the helicopter each morning, if it was going to drive you or fly you somewhere.
Maybe a parachute.
So, Tony, what is Christmas dinner like in your household then? Are we a straight turkey man, or are we going for something a bit different?
So my family's Italian originally. So, sometimes it could be a prawn cocktail, then an antipasta, then a lasagna, and then a roast dinner, believe it or not. But we don't do that so much anymore. I'm not a turkey guy. I like a bit of fatty meat. So for me, give me some red meat, some lamb or some beef all day long. I'll pass on the turkey.
Yeah. And what would you drink with that?
I'd probably have a beer. I'm not really a big drinker on Christmas. My family's not really much of drinkers, so maybe have one beer. That's about it. On the weekend, I don't mind a good whiskey.
Very good. And where do you see if it was Christmas 2022? Where are your hopes and dreams with Love Hemp? Then where do you think we'll be at? I
would. I'm very big on being visionary. I like to, sit down and take time and vision what the business will look like. And I can't paint too much color to that, but I would like to think that I will start to see more and more of those visions come to reality as I have over the last few years. So, I'd love to tell you guys what that is and what those exciting things look like, but we'll have to wait for the RNSs, unfortunately, as and when they happen.
Saying goodbye to 2021 and what has been a pretty eventful year in life, and since February when you were appointed CEO and director of the company, how has it been running things and steering the ship on the right course?
It's been an absolutely incredible journey. It's quite crazy to think sometimes it's only been 9 or 10 months since that appointment, and in that time so much has happened. It's been a lot of hard work. It's been a lot of sacrifice. Definitely wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I think everyone knows that, I have a true love for this industry. I love the business. What we do has a significant impact on people's lives, which is, something really special.
What are you looking forward to in 2022? And are you still as passionate for Love Hemp as you were when this was kind of, starting out? Is it a bedroom, sort of putting £3,000 into it with Thomas? Are you still as passionate now as you were all those years ago?
100%, yeah, 150%. You know, the key for next year is focusing on building the brand visibility and the loyalty with the consumers, which will really cement Love Hemp's position in the CBD sector as a distinctive brand, which is exactly what we're trying to do. We had huge success with the AJ campaign, as I said, with the sellout, and I'm really looking forward to seeing, you know, what fruits that will bring next year in regards to the additional awareness and trust in the brand, especially for in-store retail pickup. We're going to carry on moving away from that discount culture, which has been a big shift that we've done this year. And again, with the support of our partnerships and the visibility, we believe we can do that in a successful manner without dropping too much revenue. Some good things for next year, actually. So Klarna has recently been set up on the website. So I'm really excited to see how that can progress. So far, it's already showing a slight increase in average basket value, so people are doing larger orders. And we're also looking to incorporate subscription payments next year as well, which we believe can add huge value to the business with those recurring orders. A big thing that we're doing with our marketing now is very specific data-driven marketing with data-driven decisions. So really understanding our consumers, and we're pivoting towards use cases such as sleep, anxiety, and pain. And you'll start to see this roll out in our new product development pipeline. So obviously we've got this in-house team now who are working on a very extensive line of new products. So really looking forward to seeing that roll out. And yeah, look, man, I'm as passionate, as driven as ever. There's something very special about this company. I say it all the time, you know, I'll say it till everyone gets bored. I don't care. And that's because our products are life-changing. That's the bottom line. The reality of our global aspirations really have never been more real than they are now. So it really is, for me personally, the most exciting time in the business, and looking forward to seeing what next year brings.
So, you know, looking at the current company values around sub 10 million, what is the opportunity, do you think, now for new investors going forward?
So let me give you some key takeaways about the company. So, you know, in regards to the value in the opportunity, you know, and these are some things that people really need to think about when potentially investing into Love Hemp. You know, number one, you know, I believe we have more industry experience than any of our competitors. We're nearly coming up to 7 years now in the CBD industry, which has given us the most authentic heritage of any UK brand. You know, and that's now compounded with the additional expertise that we've brought in from relevant industries. And I'm talking about the leadership team and what that brings in conjunction with our expertise within the CBD industry. Number two, we have, for me, the strongest brand equity in the UK, and that's down to our partnerships, our multi-award-winning products, our loyal and growing consumer base. And ultimately, that's evidenced by the significant amount of online reviews that we have, especially when you look comparative to anyone else in our industry. On Trustpilot, we're over 5,000 reviews now between cbdoilsuk.com and lovehemp.com, with an average rating of something like 4.8 out of 5 stars. And on Google, we're over 300 reviews now, and that's 4.9 stars plus. We have a do more with less attitude. And that really is the culture of the business. You know, I just want to remind people that, you know, this was a brand that was built on £3,000, and it was done on a bootstrap. And we then grew the business out to multi-million revenue. Nothing in my personal attitude has changed. Everything we spend is done with efficiency in mind. And we will never, ever be that big corporate beast that splurges money like water. I personally don't come from that background. I've never been in that environment, and I will never allow Love Hemp to operate like that. And I think it's really important for investors to know that I have that deep understanding and that value of money. That's how I was brought up. I think I'm on number 4 now. We have a broad range of award-winning products. So we've got our oils, our edibles, our capsules, and our topicals, and we've got the extensive product line coming out in next year from our in-house team. We have long-term established key relationships with the likes of Holland & Barrett and Boots, and our distribution network is ever growing. We also have the most influential partnerships in the industry by a country mile. We have invested for long-term future growth. We have built the solid foundations to maintain competitive advantage in the long term. Not a business for quick wins over the next 2 years, for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And we've done that by owning our core competencies. So the first one is manufacturing, and that's led obviously by our new facility. We've done our own manufacturing for some years now. It allows us to own the quality, the price. We now also own our brand and marketing, which is so important because we're a brand and marketing led business. So now that we have that in-house, I'm really happy to know that we own that core competency. And finally, we own our customer services and our direct to consumer distribution. And it's so important. Last year, the World Shopper Report showed that the second most important aspect to the decision-making process after price was customer services. And ultimately, for me, right at this point in time, we have the right people in the right roles to deliver huge success. And for me, that has been the biggest winner this year. And we definitely have the UFC and AJ partnership to thank for that. I'm sure I'm great and people are attracted to work with me. Maybe yes, maybe no. We have a great business that attracts them, but those partnerships really stimulates and excites and separates us from the best, from everyone else. And as well for, just to really, so people not really understand our deep understanding for consumers is, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And we are the most authentic, purpose-driven CBD brand in the UK. Our customer reviews tell it all, and that's why last month alone, we had over 1,000 new customers, which was a great month for us. And I'll finish off with a benchmark. So our revenue last year, 4.33 million. We have, look at our annual report, we have 6.5 million in prepaid marketing. We have Anthony Joshua as an ambassador with no more cash requirement, which is worth millions of pounds. And we are in the process of moving to the main market. And that culminates, as you said, with a market cap of sub 10 million pounds. So now if you look at the sector, in every possible case, our peers will have less revenue, less market assets, less brand equity. However, the lowest market cap is 30 to 40 million pounds comparative to our 10 million pound market cap. Yeah. So I can't give investment advice, but look at those numbers and you can make your own decision if you think this is a good investment or not.
Excellent. I mean, it sounds like things are progressing well, and it's it's all in safe hands. So Tony Calamita, CEO of Love Hemp, thanks very much, and wishing you a Merry Christmas.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
This podcast was brought to you by Roast PR Limited. If you would like to appear on a future episode of The Sunday Roast, please email admin@thesundayroast.net.